Hey everybody, Sean Cummings here with the Gourmet Grill at Buy for Less. And today we're gonna make gravy. Pretty simple stuff. Everybody struggles with whatever their family thing was and trying to live up to how mom did it or anything else. I have to be honest with you, I was never impressed with anybody's gravy. It's really the truth. If you wanna make it, I make it out of a package. It's easy as heck. So I'm gonna show you the stuff to buy so you can doctor up whatever gravy and make it absolutely fantastic. All right, quest today to go ahead and make gravy. So what I'm buying over here is the stuff to fix gravy. I'm assuming I'm gonna be dissatisfied with whatever gravy I make, so let's go ahead and get the stuff to fix it. I'm gonna get some chicken stock. This is called Better Than Bouillon. This is the best thing in the entire world because you can just add a little bit at a time, like flavor packets. One of the other companies started making flavor packets. You know, these are home style stock by North Swiss. Same deal. This is it's exactly what you're looking for. It's just an addition to get some extra flavor in there. Now we're gonna make here is thyme. I'm willing to use sage if I can't find thyme. And you can use rosemary, but my goodness, just a touch. This stuff will ruin anything if you overdo it. Chefs don't even cook with rosemary the right way, so I'm actually going to avoid the rosemary. I don't see any thyme. I might use some dried in there, but I'm going to grab some sage for this one. My favorite mushrooms are called shiitake mushrooms, so I'm going to use those and a little bit of baby portobellos, and we're going to make some wild mushroom gravy. So I'm going to make regular gravy with fresh herbs, wild mushroom gravy. Okay, so all we're doing now is just getting everything ready. I've got my chicken stock, I've got my Better Than Bouillon, sage. I'm going to find a little bit of dried thyme to put in there. And then my portobello, these are baby bello mushrooms. Just slice them. Okay, do that the easy way. And then shiitake mushrooms, it's really important to know you only use the top. This part is inedible, the stem. So we're going to de-stem those and slice them. And so we're going to have a wild mushroom gravy, and then we're just going to have the old standard, you know, gravy. I was going to make giblet gravy. Don't have any turkey giblets here. You can use chicken giblets, so if I've got time, I might try to pull that one off for you, okay? All right, here in a minute. Mushrooms and onions. Not everything in life has to have garlic, and not everything in life has to have onions. On this, we're kind of making it like we would based for kind of like a noodle soup or something. So you just want to make sure that your onions are cut up. I'm only going to do half of an onion because I don't really suspect between the two of them that we're going to need anything more than that. Remember, this is Thanksgiving. This isn't a night in an Italian restaurant where you can do all that garlic. Keep everything a little more mild, all right?
They're just chopped up. Yes, I do have a little bit of bacon for no apparent reason. You'll figure that out here in a minute. Mushrooms, onions, sage, a little bit of thyme. Here's my butter. There's my Better Than Bouillon right over there. That's going to be your most important item. Chicken stock, and that's my turkey stock. So I don't want you saying that I made turkey gravy without any turkey or turkey stock. I'm just going to control it better, and then we're going to thicken everything up with cornstarch. I am not going to do a roux.
Now we're going to start off with a little butter. Let that melt. Let's throw a little bacon in there and a little bit of onions in there. Bacon does not have to be crisp. We just want everything to cook. We're just looking for the flavor. There isn't that much of it, really. People will be okay. Now, really, I'm pretty okay with where we're at right now. So you've got the mushrooms working, the bacon's working, everything else. Melding all the flavors that I want. Let this cook at a low temperature for as long as you can. You're really not going to burn anything. If the temperature's low enough, and just keep it stirred. We're going to throw chicken stock in next and a little bit of fresh herbs, and then really we're ready to add our cornstarch water mix. It's called a slurry, which really just sounds disgusting. And then it's basically ready to serve. So just relax and do this as long as you can, okay? Okay, remember I told you I had that turkey broth. It's kind of actually turkey grody drippings and some turkey leftover because I don't have any accused of me not using turkey. So now that the mushrooms have all cooked and everything, I'm going to throw this in there and we're going to cook it down, make it a little stronger in the chicken. Almost there. Don't throw your herbs in at the beginning. You kind of want them right after everything's sauteed. We'll throw them in, and we're going to let those flavors meld when we throw the chicken stock in. So they go in next. Sage, keep them in whole leaves. Some people like sage, some don't. That way they can pull them out, okay? And the thyme, you're ready to go on. So when we're doing the chicken stock, I'll
about half of this. Don't go too insane. People are going to like this better than your regular gravy. Otherwise, you're just going to end up with a lot of leftovers. Now, the chef hint to all of this is when you put everything in there, scrape the bottom of the pan. If nothing's burned down there, you want all those crackling, crispins, grease, all that other stuff in there. I hate to say it. That's what makes it come to a boil. I'm going to let it roll for a little bit, and honestly, we're ready to finish it off. And that's when we're going to use the better than bouillon. I'm going to see how it tastes, and then we're going to doctor it out. Okay, so what I'm going to teach you here now on my dirty cutting board is how to make what's called a slurry, all right? That's too much water, so we don't need that. We're going to start off with about this much. A couple of heaping tablespoons of cornstarch. Now, the water has to be lukewarm. If it's anything other than that, you get the lumps that people famously talk about in all of their food. Now this, it's too thin, so we're going to add some more. Look, cornstarch is cheap. If you're going to waste anything on this entire meal, waste cornstarch. And when you pour this in over there, it's going to do what's called tightening up your sauce. That's what we call it in the restaurant business. It's just going to thicken it. And jokingly, people call it a thickenary and some other stuff. Now, so everything's ready to go to finish this thing. Okay, truthfully, that's great. So I'm not going to add anything to it. Better than bouillon, a little spoon, throw it in there, you're ready to go. Keep it simple at this point. Now we're going to throw it back on the boil, and then I'm going to add that slurry to it. We're going to tighten it up, and then your sauce, gravy, whatever you want to call it's done. Here we go, and this stuff will be brought back to a boil. So only throw a little in, don't go crazy, and then we're going to see how it thickens up, all right? Maybe a little thin for folks, but what I'm looking for is for it to stick on my spatula right there, and if I let it cook for a little longer, it's going to. All I'm looking for is that